Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Guapish. This is episode 4. I'm joined, as always, by, now as always, going forward, as always, by Nico.
Hello there, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day today.
And today we have special guest, Dylan.
Aw, man, I didn't know I was special. Thanks, man.
You're our specialist guest of all,
You're
Dylan.
a very special boy. And you know what's even more special is this has been a very eventful week for all of us, in that through various scams and business opportunities, we have all become millionaires.
Yeah.
So, I figure we just open this up and tell the lovely audience how it is we all made our millions. Nico, would you like to go first?
Yeah, so it all started with this dog, okay? This adorable little dog, one may classify as a Shiba Inu. Many years ago, that little Shiba Inu decided to make its very own cryptocurrency. And I thought, you know what? I may as well throw a few $100 over that way, okay? And I heard many stories from various people about how I'm wasting my money, I'm wasting my life, my young adult life and such. But I just threw caution to the wind, you know? I had a little disposable income. I figured, why not?
Right. You didn't have disposable income, but go on.
Yeah, but why not? So, eventually, many years later, last week in fact, that few $100, that small loan of a few $100 that I had donated to that poor Shiba Inu, grew into a massive trust fund of over $3.5 million.
Just
I'm talking about
incredible.
Dogecoin, just to be clear here.
Yeah, I gathered that. You're a true inspiration to crypto traders all over the world.
What can I say? I love myself some Doge.
Mm-hmm. So Nico now has a crypto mining empire.
Yeah,
that's how he made his millions. Dylan, how'd you become a millionaire this last week?
Let me think. Oh man, it was such a long and arduous journey. Through hiring many Indian folk to start a call center place, and just really teaching them the fundamentals on how to not sound super sketchy when they call people. So that way, when they call and ask them for their card information, or they ask them to go buy $500 of Apple gift cards for no reason and for no given speculation. Really being able to get them to make people feel at ease, so people are just more willing to throw their money away. And so I was able to do that, and each week you just pulling in all the Apple cards, all the Walmart cards, and everything, and
right.
Just
so. It's sounding like you defrauded the elderly in order to make millions of dollars by taking advantage of cheap labor in a pseudo third world country.
Yeah,
hey.
like every hard-blooded capitalist in America, Tanner. Come on.
Come on.
Every frozen-hearted, coagulated blood capitalist whose blood looks more like blood pudding than actual plasma.
Yeah, that's right. Each and every one of them do this, Tanner. It's not unique to Dylan.
Yep.
I took a similar route to my fortune as Nico. I decided to go the easy way. I sold the episode of SpongeBob with the panty raid in it as an NFT for $14 million.
Fuck, dude. I should have thought of that.
Yeah. Also, I have a running gig where I print out memes and then sell them online as augmented reality NFTs, or AR NFTs, as I like to call them.
So I'm assuming this was spurred about after you saw that great idea of the Charlie Bit My Finger NFT that's going to be sold soon here.
No, I haven't heard of that, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Charlie Bit My Finger original video is going to be taken off of YouTube and be sold as an NFT.
Crazy. No, I got that idea from the fact that that SpongeBob episode is now banned, or they're not showing it anymore.
What?
Yeah, they don't like the panty raid, Dylan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, apparently they found it a little weird that a children's show had a panty raid in it.
But he stole the panties of his mom. It was so funny, Tanner.
It was so fun. Yeah, I'm generally not on the side of censorship, but I can very much see the rationale for this one.
Yeah, it's whatever. People look too much into things sometimes.
I am always against censorship in any form. I hate this, Tanner. I hate it so much.
That's
Nico thinks... Nico wants to see child pornography on Nicktoons.
Ooh.
It all started at a young age, in which I noticed that, like, all these anime games coming over to the West, they keep censoring the boobies, Tanner, and I hated it. I couldn't stand it.
You were based from a very young age.
Precisely. It just cropped up from a yearning to see a little anime titties, dude. As
That's
really,
what
like, all
anime's for.
ideologies crop up from.
Alright. I've got topic 1 for today. I'll be totally honest. I'm totally stealing this one from an old episode of Tim Dillon Show, but it's easy to make our own.
Okay.
Basically the bit is what are like some of the archetypes of people you see in high school, and I mean like slightly more specific ones, not generic stuff like jock or whatever. Like, for example, one of the ones he used was like the fat girl with the clean car.
Oh.
So I'm gonna put forth the first archetype I observe, or that I think is like a notable person in high school, and that's the person who brings their dog to school. You see, there's some kid who decides to bring their dog to school, and they either they leave it in their car and they check on it during lunch and breaks, or they'll just tie it to one of the bike racks outside.
Yeah,
and
a monster is what you're describing.
Yeah,
here.
Exactly. And well, see, he's even more of a monster because it takes you a couple weeks to realize, oh, the only reason he brings his dog to school is because he's trying to pick up women. And you know, it works sometimes, but it doesn't seem like he has enough of a hit rate to really justify the ordeal of bringing your dog to school. But then like once when he's a sophomore, he like makes it with like the 5th hottest girl in school, and then maybe when he's a junior, he picks up top 10 hottest senior or something. You're like, okay, I can kind of see why he's been bringing his dog to school. But then he becomes a senior and he's suddenly drowning in freshman and sophomore puss because god damn do they love this dog.
Bro, what you just described there? I hate him. I hate him so much. I want to
hate the guy.
Him, but
listen, all guys hate the guy who brings his dog to school. So that's the archetype I wanted to put forth. Nico, do you have an archetype?
I mean, there are just so many to choose from. You know, you always have a bassoon guy. He's always around. You don't know where he gets the bassoon from. He's not in band. Guy. Why does he have a bassoon?
You don't know how he got into the bassoon. And for most people, like, the only reason they know what a bassoon is because of the bassoon guy.
Exactly.
I mean, hey, bassoons are pretty cool.
You would think that.
Dylan was the bassoon guy.
I was not the bassoon guy. I was the phony guy.
Wait, there's something. Okay, what was each of ours archetype? Like, if you had to define what your archetype was in high school, what would you say?
Bro, I was so fucking cool back in high school. Are you kidding me?
You were the so fucking cool guy. Yeah,
I was a so fucking cool guy that nobody cared about.
I can get behind that. The cool guy that no one paid attention to.
Exactly.
That's a good archetype. I think that matches you, Nico. I can get on board with that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
No,
because like he has everything about him that seems like he should be able to be cool. He wears nice clothes. He's attractive enough to those kinds of people.
I don't hang out with the bassoon guy, so
he doesn't hang out with the bassoon guy or the guy who brings his dog to school, and yet he can't seem to get attention from any of the popular people. And more often than not, it's because his friends are not the cool kids.
That's true. You guys were maybe dragging me down just a little bit. But
yeah, we were definitely holding you back.
Wow.
Now,
Dylan, what was your archetype in high school?
Really to discern myself, I was that person that never actually belonged to like a clique of people. Like, I recall having like 4 completely different groups of people that I'd hang out with. Like, I'd have the people that I play Magic with. I'd have the sports people, like the people I play, like be on sports teams with. I'd have what was it? I played this one game. What was it called? It was some mech game that you played on a board and you like made papers for it and everything. I don't even remember what it was called.
Tic-Tac-Toe.
No. Yes, maybe.
You were like the nomad or the wanderer.
Yeah, because I'd also hang around with smart kids and everything too.
Yeah.
Like, just
you would just waltz between the groups, offer something. You were like what's like the Clint Eastwood thing, the man with no name or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You just show up where you're needed, when you're needed, do your job, and then leave.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, believe it or not, Dylan was actually the star quarterback of back in Dayton High School.
That's
crazy.
Why you gotta fabricate my
That's
stories,
unbelievable.
Man?
All I know is
another Robinson
I don't know
getting his way.
you played. What are positions other than quarterback even?
There's like 3 other kinds of back, I think. 3 other flavors of back.
You got the nickel back, you got the penny back. They're all there.
Yep. Dime back.
Yep.
So my archetype, I think, if I had to characterize it, I was the smart class clown, I think. Wherein like the class clown is the guy who's like making fart noises at inappropriate times and he's getting lots of laughs, but it's not intelligent humor.
Yeah.
I was the one who I'm not getting the laughs per minute that the regular class clown is, but I'm throwing in like just a little jab here and there. I'm making relevant jokes to whatever the subject matter is, and that makes me more appreciated by the more intellectual part of our class.
You were really loved or hated growing up in high school, I noticed.
Yes.
Like, I would have people who would be like, oh man, yeah, Tanner, he's the best. And I'd be talking to some other people and be like, wait, you hang out with Tanner? That guy's so fucking weird. I have him in my class and he just keeps making all these dumb jokes. I don't get it.
They don't get it because they're stupid.
Yeah.
Would you say there was a common theme between what kinds of people did like me and what kinds of people didn't?
Dudes liked you, women hated you.
Yeah.
that would make sense. That makes sense in my mind.
Yeah.
It was too high.
I just don't get it. Yeah, they just don't understand. I remember going fucking crazy in like history class because I already knew history decently well, so I could come up with jokes on the fly in there.
Yeah.
But
at least 4 jokes about the Waterloo per class.
Yeah, you have no idea. I was bringing up the Waterloo so often, but yeah, I think that's the archetype I would say I fit best. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's see. We also got.
Like pretty fitting.
Ooh, here. Okay, this is a good archetype. You got the girl from a weird religion. It's like one of those really small fringe ones, like a Jehovah's Witness or a Mormon.
Oh, we had many Mormons. Come on, my guy. There were so many Mormons.
She sits in the corner of the classroom. She's very shy and quiet. Her parents will pull her out and homeschool her by sophomore year at the very latest. She's always glad to share what her religious beliefs are with people until she realizes that they always think it's really weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't really fit anyone who I knew back in high school at all. There was one.
I know this
guy
is an
like
archetype
that,
though.
But
gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, I got one from my high school.
Yeah, what's that doing?
Yeah.
So
I saw it in elementary school.
So she didn't. So the description you gave, like the always in the corner, shy and everything. For whatever reason, this girl was very outgoing and extroverted, and she was a pagan. And I was like,
okay,
what the heck is a pagan? And it was really weird. Is that I'm pretty sure her family was like 2 or 3 different religions because her brother was Jewish, but like her and her mom were pagans, and I think his dad was also Jewish. And I'm like, well, I don't think that makes any sense, but I don't know. And I asked her about it. I'm like, because I was like hanging out with the brother, like outside their house or whatever. I'm like, so what even is a pagan? Like, what does that mean? They're like, yeah, well, basically, from what she described to me, I could be wrong, but she's like, basically,
about
we
the
just
devil?
believe in.
We like that guy.
No, they were there. She said something about the constellations or something, and I was like, I don't know what that has to do with religion, but I didn't delve any further into it.
So the problem is paganism doesn't have like a unified belief system. It's pretty open to interpretation, and people can kind of just make shit up. Generally, it's based around nature.
That would make sense. Yeah, no, she was very weird, though. I will agree with the fact that they are weird. But she definitely did not keep to herself. She was very, very much loud and made sure people made sure that people knew she was there. So
see, that's a fun sub archetype though. The ones from like crazy religions like paganism, or was it at our high school that there was a girl that was a Satanist?
I mean,
I can't remember. I remember having a discussion with some girl, and she was like, "I'm a Satanist," and this was freshman year, and so at the time I didn't know what that meant, so I just said, "You worship Satan?" And that was where that conversation ended.
Is that not what that means?
Well, yeah, it ended there, Tanner, because she knew that you knew what she was about, dude. You guys saw eye to eye in that moment.
So okay, Dylan, let me educate. So I think the difference is Satanism is people. No, there's these people who call themselves like the Church of Satan, and they're just edgy atheists basically. And the reason they decided to call themselves Satanists is because they're like, well, since the devil is the one that caused humans to eat the fruit that gave them the knowledge of tree and evil, he is therefore a symbol of knowledge and liberation.
Yeah.
Or something. But obviously that's stupid, because when anyone hears the word Satanist, their mind doesn't jump to, oh, these people believe in liberty and knowledge, they believe in Satan.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to look it up right now, and that is I typed in Satanist definition, and all it brought up was Satanism again. Yeah. So Google's not helping.
They're an extremely anti-religion organization. They try to make First Amendment arguments where they put up statues of Satan and say that it's their like religious right to have them up, and they try and get churches to lose their like tax exempt status and stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, of course. Yep. Just found a secondary definition, and that's basically what it says. Cool.
Now,
nice.
I did actually managed to think of another archetype, by the way.
Yeah. What do you got?
In our high school. It's the physically disabled girl who's also like a huge slut.
Really? I can't think of who this is.
I'll type her name in our Discord so I don't like dox her or whatever. But like,
I mean, you don't have to do that, but the physically disabled girl who's a huge slut.
Yeah.
That's an interesting archetype.
Yeah, like she had like major back problems and stuff, and constantly needed to wear a brace and all that kind of stuff. But like she got around, my guy. She got around.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, she
That's
dated someone who we mentioned in the last podcast, as well as she's the one who our boy David, God rest his soul, lost his virginity to as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, she got around, my guy. She got around.
Interesting. Okay, here. Okay. How about we do our friends? How about Garrison was the guy with the truck who wasn't a redneck.
Yeah. Did he have a truck?
Yeah.
I thought he just had a
Did
car.
He?
No, he just had a car.
I thought he had a truck. Doesn't he? He like towed a thing for me though. I think he had a truck.
I definitely do not.
I don't think he has a truck anymore.
A truck.
I could have sworn he had a truck. Maybe I'm crazy.
You might be crazy. He had a convertible, and we drove to Wendy's one time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he had that really shitty convertible.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, never mind. Let me rethink. What is Garrison's archetype?
He was the guy with the car, Tanner. Come on.
He was the guy with the car for us for a while.
Yeah. And after that, what was he? After we all got cars, he lost his identity.
He lost himself. He got lost in the sauce.
You gotta be careful. You can't blow out of control while also getting lost in the sauce, my guy.
Now, speaking of David's archetype is the guy with unjustified anger.
Yeah.
You look at his life. He comes from a middle-class family, good Christian parents. Nothing in his life would indicate that he should have any amount of anger at all, and yet he's angry.
Well, you could say the same thing about people who have, like, depression and stuff like that. Plenty of them have, like, good lives, but, like, hey, you never know, Tanner. You never know. But with David, he had no reasons at all. He was just hungry.
Oh my gosh. How about... I want to do, like... We've done a lot of guy ones. What's another, like, girl archetype?
Yeah, what's another whammon? Dylan, do you know of any other whammon?
Mm-hmm. Do you know women?
Not
Dylan,
really.
what's your favorite thing about women?
Well...
Don't say anything perverted. Just play it safe.
Yeah, don't say the N-word either.
I was...
Yeah, don't do that.
I wasn't planning on doing any of that.
That's okay, Dylan. We'll come back to you.
Thank you. I was not paying attention, and yeah.
No.
What else? What else are you doing right now, Dylan?
Just perusing around social media. I got Google running just in case I need to find something that I don't know because that's just how I am. I need to be prepared.
He's just playing a little Minecraft in the background.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his Roblox server up and running.
Right.
I never understood Roblox.
And you still will never understand it.
Oh, here we go. How about the freshman who is only friends with seniors?
Yeah.
That's a fun type of person because you're like, oh, what's going on here? Are they like a younger sibling of one of them and they just know each other, or is it like a weird sex thing, or?
It is always a bummer seeing those people who, like, all of their friends are seniors, but they're, like, a junior or some shit, and then, like, you know, the next year they're just abandoned. They have nothing left.
They have no friends.
They were so social a year ago. What happened?
They were
the kids who smoke pot 1 block away from school. These are my favorite people because they're dumb.
I mean, heck, man, I had people who did that on school campus for whatever reason, twice.
Twice?
And they got caught
Not
both
just
times.
Once.
No, yeah, they got caught both times. One of the guys I knew, he was getting a football scholarship, and he got caught the second time and lost his scholarship. I'm like, bro, why are you an idiot? Why? Come on. Like, he was already an idiot, but
they need a little something to take the edge off, my guy.
School's here's hard. A fun one. The guy no, it's not a guy. The girl who takes a lot of vacations. Like, they're gone all the time. They'll just not be at school for weeks on end, and you don't know where they're going, what they're doing. They just say they're always going on vacations. And you look at their parents and you're like, how can they possibly afford to take this many vacations? And you think they're just like skipping school and they're being delinquent. But then you look at their social medias and they're actually going places.
Yeah, that does actually remind me of another archetype, which is the kid who, like, they just have the shittiest body, you know? They are sick at least once a week, and they're just not at school.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
The kid who is always sick, that's a fun one. See, that kid makes a good friend, though, because they manage to have a good sense of humor all the time.
Yeah, I was friends with that kid back in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
I think he became, like, a furry or something, though.
Well,
that makes sense, yeah.
Too much isolation will do that to you.
Right.
Good to know.
Yeah.
My brain just like skipped. Oh, here we go. The guy who's popular because he's actually a nice guy.
Oh yeah, we had a couple of those.
Everyone likes those kids.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're popular, Tan. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, what I was baffled by is, like, a couple of them weren't even that attractive. I always assumed that you had to be attractive to be popular. But no, sometimes if you are just genuinely a nice person, people will like you a lot.
Yeah, weird.
That's crazy.
Weird how that works.
It's weird how the world works.
The nerd who doesn't realize it's their fault they're not popular.
Oh, I know quite a few of those.
Like, they're just a genuinely unlikable person.
Yeah.
But they think it's the world that is their problem.
I think we describe those as incels, Tanner.
Yeah. There you go. Incels, right?
Yeah. Now, I would like to circle back.
The kid whose teacher is their mom or dad.
Yes.
Our boy Jackson, friend of the show, is actually that person.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. He's the boy whose mom is a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had quite
now
a few
there's two way this archetype goes. Either they're very close to their parent or they're not very close to their parents.
Yeah.
It's a very different dynamic between those two.
Yeah, I can agree.
Like the kid who's close to their parent and they're a teacher, they're a snitch. You don't trust this person. You do not befriend this person. The kid who is not that close to their parent who is a teacher, however, you want to be friends with that kid because they somehow have the institutional power of having a parent who is a teacher, but with none of the baggage of being their child.
Well, yeah, of course. Because, like, their parent really wants them to like them, you know? And so they'll hand out, like, a few test answers here and there every now and then, you know? And maybe you can relinquish a little bit of that yourself, you know? Get a little cheddar on the side if you play your cards.
Yeah, a little
right
cheddar
there.
on the side.
Yeah, just a little something for yourself.
The girl who packs her own lunch, and it's always really nice meals. It's stuff that no high schooler should be eating. It's fancy foreign foods.
Yeah, some baguettes.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe
baguettes.
some croissants, perhaps.
They're all homemade. She doesn't like talking about making them or whatever. She's very modest about her cooking skills, but she loves talking about the food itself and why she likes food.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, she loves food. She is not fat, though.
Dude, I was gonna mention that. She's never fat, is she?
Yes, the girl who packs her own lunches, and their fancy lunches, is not fat.
Maybe it's because she just makes healthy food.
I mean, sometimes that's just how metabolism works, my guy.
Contrast her with the girl who always has candy on her.
Yeah, but who is also not fat.
Yes, very confusing. The girl who always has candy on her, not fat. Maybe, I think my hypothesis is that she brings the candy specifically just to share with people and befriend them. And so she is not consuming much of the candy herself.
That's fair. That's a fair observation. I can agree with that one.
Yeah. I'm happy, Dylan. Thank God I can agree with that one.
Okay, thanks, man.
I don't know where I'd be if you didn't agree with that one. I think we'd be having a very different conversation right now.
The poor kid who is part of the popular kid group.
Hey, that's me.
Now you see, the poor kid, you look at him and you're like, there's no reason he should be popular, but then you realize, oh, he has, like, that poor handsomeness.
Yeah, well,
like that kind of handsomeness you only get from physical labor and beatings from your parents.
Yeah. That nice
like,
rugged look to you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Those eyes that say that you have years of experience despite your young age.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great that's a great one.
Nice.
The kid who is a little too into a specific like pop culture thing.
Yeah, like hentai.
Right. Well, yeah, sure.
I know we had a few of those in our friend group personally.
The off-puttingly homosexual guy.
We had
this guy is blazingly gay to the point where even other gay people would not want to be around him.
I mean, from what I've heard, a lot of gay people just don't like those more flamboyant types anyway.
It's not attractive because I think the logic here is if you're gay and a man, you're attracted to men, and so a man acting like a flamboyant woman is not attractive to you.
Yeah, you want yourself a real man.
You want a real man.
Yes.
Or a real doll, that also works.
The freshman girl who has already done anal with someone.
Well, you gotta start
Surprisingly enough, not a slut. She just wanted to get it in early.
I mean, I think that might be a thing in, like, Mormonism. From what I've heard, a lot of the teens in that sort of group, they tend to do anal because they don't want to, like, lose their virginity, and they don't classify anal as losing their virginity.
Yeah. They also do soaking, where they stick it in, but they don't thrust.
Yeah.
And for some reason, God doesn't count that.
For whatever reason.
It's a fun little loophole.
Yeah.
That's how smart these kids
If you aren't enjoying it, then it ain't sex.
That makes sense to me. By that definition, I've never had sex.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, hey, oh.
Yeah, got him.
Tanner's 80 people in and he's still a virgin. Let's go.
I don't know. The girl who got pregnant in high school, that's pretty common archetype.
Of course. We had a couple of those.
I feel like there were a lot of those in our school. Were there?
Were there a lot? I only actually knew of one, I think.
Yeah. I feel like I can remember... No, there had to be a lot because our school had a fucking daycare. Our high school did.
I mean, I think that those... the daycare wasn't specifically only for students, Tanner.
I know, but like...
The daycare is also used for like people wanting to go into education, so that they could like learn how to be around small
where'd
children.
they get those kids from? It was, I think it was all teachers and students' kids, right?
I definitely know teachers. I don't know how many were students though.
I feel like I remember there being a lot of kids though.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens on a larger scale at bigger schools. I cannot say that happened at my school, but that's also because the size of the entire high school and or middle school was probably maybe a third of the size of like one of your guys' graduating classes. So just to put that in perspective, that's some of these archetypes don't apply to where I went because it was just too small for anything really to be going on.
Right.
Oh, that just means that you had a higher concentration of interesting people, Dylan. All of these people existed in your school.
That makes sense.
More or less, yes.
Oh, here we go. This is like a regional archetype. The kid whose parents own a vineyard.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
That's literally all of
This
it.
is a fun kid. They throw good parties. You love going to their parties. Their parents are surprisingly strict about giving out wine to children. But they're really good with the snacks. They have a good snack spread.
Yeah, they always give you like cheese and stuff like that.
Yeah. They have things on plates, which is the universal sign of something fancy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Name one fancy thing that you eat off of something that isn't a plate.
Maybe like...
That's what I thought.
You didn't know let me finish.
I needed thinking time.
I need thinking time. I think... I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm probably out of archetypes.
Oh, it's okay. I would like to circle back to one little interesting thing here. So, Tanner, earlier you talked about, like, getting rid of churches' tax exemption status or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you aware of how the fuck, what's it even called? The Scientologist church got their tax exemption status?
They photographed someone having sex with children.
No, so actually...
Am I close?
No, not really.
Gotcha.
To my knowledge, how it went down is their members just like kept bombarding the IRS or whoever takes care of that kind of stuff with like telling them to like give them tax exemption status, and whenever this happens, the IRS has to like manually go through the process every single time to like discount it or whatever and be like, no, we can't do that, to the point where it just became more expensive to constantly review them than to give them tax exemption status, so they just gave it to them eventually.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Can I do that as an individual? Like, how many emails would I need to send as just me to give Tanner Nikolai tax-exempt status?
I mean, at least 4, I'd assume.
Uh-huh.
That's not much at all.
I wonder...
It's pretty easy, honestly. I don't know why people don't do this. It's a pretty simple loophole.
Yeah, I'm really wondering, could I create, like, a bot that just constantly sends emails on my behalf telling them to give me tax-exempt status?
Most likely.
Yeah, I mean, you went to school for coding and stuff, Tanner. You should know how to make a bot.
No one's tried this before, I don't think, so...
Yeah, you can be the
Church
first.
of Scientology.
After you get through there, Tanner, then they'll patch it out. You gotta get in.
Can I identify as a church?
I mean...
I don't know, can... I don't think so. I think there's
Is there anything stopping me, though?
In
Like, this is
society-
Biden's America.
In today's society, what can't you identify as? Let's be real.
Fuck, it is Biden's America. You're right, Tanner. I didn't think about that before.
Yeah, I know you didn't, you silly bitch.
You silly little boy, you. You wasn't using that noggin you were gifted with, now was you?
Nope.
Okay, well, you guys do anything of note this last week? You know, other than becoming millionaires?
I mean, I started a war in a group chat. That's about it, though. Tanner, how?
Wait! I want to hear about the war.
I mean, you know,
He's gonna have flashbacks.
What's the war over, and who is the war with, and what side are you on?
It's me versus everyone, except for, like, Dylan, who's abstaining.
Yep.
I just don't like Destiny, dude. I'm sick of hearing about it. I don't want to hear about it anymore. It's all anyone in there talks about. It's really annoying. I don't want to have to sit there and sift through, like, 50 messages to find, like, a few things to interact with. It's too much, Tanner. It's too much. So I put my foot down and I said, hey, I made this new group chat specifically for you to talk about Destiny. Use that instead. And they're pissed. They're pissed, Tanner.
Yeah. I imagine insulting their favorite hobby would make them quite mad.
I mean, I do it constantly, as is. I tell them, hey, Destiny, kinda gay, okay? Like, low-key. Just a little bit.
Oh.
And they don't seem to mind it too much. Until this happened.
It was quite a thing to behold, I must say. I was baffled at what happened. I was sitting there the whole time, I'm like, this is completely unnecessary. People are reacting in ways that just don't need to happen, yet here we are.
I think the biggest issue is that we started the group chat on Messenger rather than something like Discord, where we could easily make like a nice little sub-server specifically for Destiny talk.
I mean, let's be real though. Anybody could easily create a group chat specifically for Destiny on Facebook. I don't think sub-chats are necessary, because it's really
not,
all the
and yet they're
same
still
thing.
mad.
I know, but you can't help what people aren't willing to do, and that's their own fault.
It is their own fault.
Are these mostly just like random people you used to play Destiny with?
No.
We've met a majority of them.
Yeah,
if not all of them.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So.
However, Tanner.
Yeah, you and I had a little battle of our own, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
You want to do a dramatic recreation right now?
Yeah, sure. Let's go
volume?
For it. Maybe.
No, what? Why would you do that?
Just in case it gets loud.
No, don't worry about it.
Gotcha.
There's no yelling in this. Let's
Yeah, let's be really cordial. Dylan, you'll be the moderator here.
All right.
What should we start from the very first one on Sunday or start from the second round on Wednesday?
Yeah, I guess that we should like really get things kicked off here with the genesis of the whole situation.
Okay, so Sunday, May 16th. Yeah, okay. So I decided to check out the Chris Chan documentary, and this is just depressing to watch, dude. Why are you into this?
Because, Tanner, you are a fucking casual. You don't understand the complexities of Chris Chan as an individual in a beautiful state of being. It's because I need time to like get back to it. I need time to like get back to it, so I'm just kind of vamping at the moment.
You have the same number of messages to me as I have to you.
Yeah, but I didn't have my phone picked up at the moment.
Nice.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, you see, Tanner.
You could have just told me you didn't have your phone ready.
You see.
Could have just...
He's such a fascinating fellow. You just can't take your eyes off it. A man in a pickle costume steals his date.
This is literally just watching a guy with mental health issues.
Everyone famous on the internet has mental health issues. It's a necessary evil to be entertaining in this world.
I still think it's really fucked up.
You may just not be into Chris Chan. You might be more of a nostalgia critic kind of guy, or perhaps Wings of Redemption will be more your speed.
I don't understand the appeal of watching a mentally ill man who's going to commit a suicide at the end of this.
Chris Chan ain't that kind of mentally ill. You're just in the interlude. You gotta get to the Liquid Chris saga.
I would be positively shocked if his death is anything other than a suicide.
Smash cut. 8 days later.
Is it 8 days?
I don't know.
No, it's 3 days. 3 days later.
8 days.
Okay, so is this documentary at any point not going to be the internet abusing a mentally ill person? Like, this is awful. I legitimately think less of you as a person for enjoying this.
That was a long message. I need to, like, open the whole thing up.
Yeah.
It sounds as though you're attempting to seek enjoyment from the wrong things.
Can you just read it in your normal voice?
Alright, yeah, sure. You aren't supposed to be on the side of the trolls, and I wouldn't even say enjoyment would be the correct word to describe what you should be feeling from it. It's more of a fascination that such things have happened in the world.
What's fascinating about any of this? All I see is horror and sorrow.
I think you just see too much of yourself in Chris Chan and are attempting to relate to them on an emotional level, which is the wrong course of action.
Ooh.
I'm glad you're saying, oh, by the way, when I was first writing this next response, I started it off with, shut the fuck up, bitch, but decided that was a bit too aggressive. And so instead
You would have thrown a lol in there.
I think I just have a better understanding of what autism does to someone. You still see him as an autonomous person capable of controlling his actions. I see that he's more akin to an animal in that he is incapable of emotion or free will. To see what ought to have been a man instead be some sort of stunted logic zombie and then borderline tortured by people on the internet for literal years is not fascinating. It's a depressive reminder of the cruelty of man, and that despite the burden free will occasionally visits upon us, it is preferable to the cursed existence of the alternative.
Goddamn.
You see, Tanner, I think that's our biggest issue here. You do not see autistic people as individuals or like even humans, whereas I do. I think that's really what's going on here.
I just know that their brains don't work. They can't think, Nico. They don't process information in a way that allows them to engage in the world in any meaningful sense.
I'm sorry, but unlike you, Tanner, I watched Fat Albert growing up, okay? And they taught me that individuals like Chris Chan are just like us. They just might need a little more help getting along, you know?
If you treat them just like us, he should be in jail.
As he should be. I agree with that, Tanner.
Oh my god.
Of course, the cruelty of man is, it's a morbid curiosity. You ever see the Saw movies? That shit is fucked, and yet people are fans of the series.
He went back to his stupid voice. But that's fake!
A lot of people also watch true crime and learn about disturbing real events and cults and all that shit. People have it too good nowadays, so they need a constant reminder of the bad things that exist.
Yeah, but that's all wrapped up in storytelling, fictionalization, and commercialization. This is literally just watching the thing as it is. The only parallel I think is apt is people who watch people get killed on Live Leak or whatever, and I think they're sick as well.
You just don't get it, Tanner. This is raw! I hit my pop filter, I'm sorry. It isn't being spoon-fed to you as if you're some toddler or something. You're getting nothing but Christian injected straight into your veins without all the smoke and mirrors you'll find elsewhere.
I literally just said that, dum-dum.
Yeah, and you can't handle it because of years of corporate commercialization.
Or maybe you feel the need to seek this shit out because your brain has been numbed by corporate commercialization to the point that the only way you can feel anything is by delving into the darkest pits of humanity, like a drug addict.
I would also like to point out that Tanner did spell addict wrong, so he had to make an addendum there real quick, like right under that, to spell addict correctly.
Yes, I did. I think that's basically the end of it.
Yeah, it's basically it. After that, I just accused Tanner of attacking my character.
It's a little bit more, but like, yeah. I mean, I think it's funny when I say I had to listen to the guy shove a medallion up his ass after literally shitting himself. So, yeah. That's a sentence I had to send to you.
Yes, of course. Now, Tanner, did you ever make it to the Liquid Chris saga?
I'm in the Liquid Chris saga right now.
Nice.
What am I supposed to be gleaning from this?
That's a great time, dude. It's a grand old time.
Christian has become a recluse, and he's slowly turning trans because of these people's psychological torture of him.
Yes. That is correct.
I'm supposed to watch this and be like, huh, wow, people sure are crazy.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be like, man, that Chris Chan, oh boy.
You're a monster. That's what you are.
Here's the fascinating thing about Chris Chan. Like, you'll be watching this kind of stuff, and like, over time, you'll kind of want to start rooting for him because of all these bad things that are happening to him. But then he goes out and talks about how much he hates the blacks and the gays, and things start to even out just a little bit more again.
No, it doesn't even out because he's autistic. He's too stupid to know that he's not supposed to hate black people.
He is high-functioning autistic, as he says multiple times, Tanner. He says on many occasions.
Mm-hmm. Right. The guy eats his own cum. I literally had to watch that.
Now, he does eventually stop. And he refers to you as recycling, Tanner.
Yeah, he sure does. You're okay. So you're gonna look me in the fucking eyes and say, oh, I see him as another the guy thinks that eating his own cum will recycle it back into his balls. And you're gonna tell me that I should treat this person like a human being.
Stupid people exist in this world, Tanner. Just because he's stupid doesn't make him less of a person.
I don't know how to feel about this anymore.
This is beyond stupid. In order to be stupid, you have to
Elon Musk
not...
or Bill Gates more people. Are they more of a person because they're smart, Tanner?
They're a person because their brain works. Their brain processes information properly.
But Elon Musk has Asperger's, Tanner.
That's what they all say. He's just awkward.
I also think Bill Gates is on the spectrum as well. I'm pretty sure
Bill Gates, the only spectrum Bill Gates is on is the electromagnetic spectrum, because he's trying to disappear.
Oh, Tanner, now that he broke up his wife, are you gonna get in on that?
On Bill Gates?
Either one of them.
Actually, he's got a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Isn't his wife kind of ugly? Like, Bill Gates is the richest man on the planet, and you're like, why is his wife so ugly? This doesn't make sense.
What do you mean, why?
Love transcends such things, Tanner.
I mean, you can find love with anyone, and if you got billions of dollars, you might as well find that love with a 9.
Would it truly be love, though? Would it truly be love? Like, he might love her.
Does it matter at that point?
Well, it's all up to whatever you really want out of life, I guess.
All he wants out of life is to control the planet. He wants to shoot dust into space to black out the sky so that we no longer get hit by solar radiation, and he wants to put chips into every African person so he can detonate them at his will.
Oh.
Alright, I know that one of those statements are true. I can't quite remember which one, though.
I would... Oh, alright.
What do you know about Bill Gates?
I know that he owns Microsoft. That's kind of it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all you know about the Gatester?
I mean, I also heard that he divorced his wife and gave her like $1.3 billion in like Microsoft stock or something like that. Like,
and now he's going to purposely tank the company to make that stock worthless.
I would hope not. That would kind of suck for everybody. But hey,
it would be a really cool move.
It'd be really funny though.
It would.
Like, just think about it. Bill Gates designed the coronavirus personally. If you look at, no one who isn't in the hands of the liberals has looked at the virus. When you look at it, you see it's robots. The virus itself is robots. The vaccine is literally just a software patch telling the robot coronavirus to not kill you.
Dude.
If you rearrange the letters in the coronavirus and also add a few more, it literally spells out, I am Bill Gates.
I would have said Microsoft, but hey, be ambitious, my guy.
I am Bill Gates. Think about it. Every computer in that Wuhan virus lab ran Windows. Coincidence?
Maybe.
Think about it. Every person who's ever done something wrong had a computer that ran Windows.
Tanner,
if Hitler were still alive, he'd be using Windows.
I don't know. I kind of strike Hitler as more of an Apple guy. I feel like he'd be plugging away on that Mac OS, personally.
What do you think Hitler's favorite fruit was?
Whew.
Obviously not the gays, but...
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say a nice fig.
A fig,
yeah.
That's probably the most evil fruit, yeah.
I mean, hey, figs
I
are great.
I can't think of a single fruit I would rather eat less than the fig, so...
What about
figs
durian?
I think you knocked it out of the park.
climates.
The climates?
Yeah, the climates. all of them.
Mm-hmm. Every climate there is. Yeah, that was a real thing. Bill Gates said he wanted to launch a rocket into space and put like 1 million pounds of dust into the air to like reduce global warming.
Oh, so it wasn't the detonation thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like these are the kind of things that people with that much money think about.
You know,
they're just like, I could.
In theory, that has some good merit, but also that's,
no, it doesn't.
That's how you cause
In theory, it does,
age.
though, Tanner.
Obviously, it sounds good on the surface, but people don't realize
it doesn't. It sounds like a fucking Disney Channel supervillain plan. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying that's how you cause ice age, and that's how we all die.
Look, Tanner,
Also-
he was just... The man was just checking out The Simpsons as it was streaming all day, every day on FX, and he saw that episode where Mr. Burns blocks out the sun. He was like, you know what? That doesn't look too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also what kind of dust? Because like, what are people going to be breathing in once it if and when it re-enters the atmosphere? What are people going to be?
If it would just burn up on re-entry, obviously.
I mean,
just scooping up some dirt.
Enough, that I wouldn't launch dirt in the atmosphere.
I guess. So like a meteorite burning up in the atmosphere, it just means it turns into infinitely fine particles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what percentage of the Earth's atmosphere is meteorite?
12%.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot more than I expect.
I could agree with that number, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
No, you guys are... What? Dylan, why do you take him seriously? That was a stupid thing to say. Obviously, those particulates just fall to the ground eventually. 0% of the atmosphere is going to be meteorite.
What do you mean 0? There will be at least like 0.4.
We know when meteorites hit us.
Yeah. No, in my head, I was thinking that exact thing. I just wanted to add to the bit.
Yeah, sure.
You can believe it or not.
You would think of that exact thing, but then you decide to say the opposite thing, right?
Yeah, I do that.
It's called improv, Tanner. He knows how it works. He yes, but he didn't and.
Gotcha, yeah.
That was,
he
that was
zigged
the
when he
fatal
should
flaw
have
there.
zagged.
Yeah. That was a fatal flaw there. He forgot to and, but he did the yes, which is more than you did, Tanner.
Can we make a reverse improv where we do but or?
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
You guys are already failing.
But
are we really?
Or
are we
we
doing a
could
really
do
good
normal
job?
there might be a reason you don't mess with improv too much. I think it's already a
because
flawless
I'm not
formula.
a loser. Actually.
Ooh,
What's
don't know about that one.
what's like the super villain move you guys are gonna do with your millions of dollars?
I feel like I actually just thought about this earlier this week, but I don't remember what it was.
Wah, wah. I'll go.
Okay.
I've said it before, but you know, I think it's really good. I'm gonna eat a species into extinction.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm gonna find some animal where there's only one or a handful of them left, and I'm gonna buy all of them, slaughter most of them, and then eat one of them.
Okay.
Huh.
And then I'll have it put on my tombstone, last man to ever consume. You know, the fucking Napoleon Jaguar or whatever.
I think that I'll buy up every copy of that Charizard Pokemon card and burn them all except for one.
That's yeah. Who knows how big your profits could be after that.
Yeah. It'll be a literally priceless card at that point. You can't put a price on it.
I'm gonna burn all my money in the shape of like a giant effigy, I don't know, of like the Statue of Liberty or something, and then I'm gonna look into the camera, look America dead in the eye, and say, "I solved inflation," and then blow my brains out.
That's an art piece right there, my guy.
People will be talking about that one forever.
What about you, Dylan? What'll you be doing with your millions?
Gonna build a robot army that only wants to help people, and then they go overboard and thinking they're still helping people, and really they're just going and detaining people against their own will and killing or injuring anybody who defies their boundaries of safety until
That's right.
Until Will Smith comes in and reprograms all the robots and stops all of them and sends them off to some cargo junkyard to be put away forever.
The ultimate
That's
way
how
to
I
help
remember
people is to
iRobot
put them...
going as well.
Yeah, no, Robot Army.
How many Will Smith movies can you name?
Oh, gee,
all of them.
Not all.
You got
of them.
you got the Fresh Prince. You
not a
got Carlton in that show.
You do.
Yeah.
Wild Wild West, I Am Legend, iRobot, what is it? After Earth, I think is what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
that was bad.
What else? Was he in Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Suicide Squad. I'd
say there's at least two more you should know.
Hitch and Hancock.
Not what I was thinking, but so there are also still 2 more you should know.
Oh boy, let's think here. Does it have to be live action?
Yes?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Because I was about to say...
If you were about to say Shark Tale, that wasn't Will Smith.
What? Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Am I thinking
That
of
was
something?
Freddie Mercury, Dylan.
No.
No, that was Jamie Foxx or something.
Hold on. No.
I can't wait for us all to be wrong.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure it was Will Smith.
I don't think that was Will Smith. Nick Cannon?
No.
That definitely wasn't Nick Cannon.
It was Will Smith.
I'm being... What?
It is
It
Will
was Will
Smith.
Smith.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, well.
He plays Oscar.
I guess I'm the racist.
Oh, Tanner.
There was another animated movie that came out within the last 2 to 3 years or something. It has Will Smith in it. I don't remember what the movie's called.
I don't even...
Oh yeah, Over the Hedge.
No.
Okay, there's one that he actually won an award for.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
It's similar to After Earth in that it's got his kid in it too.
Oh, I
mean-
didn't.
Which kid, Tanner? He has 3 of them.
Not the child, the male one.
Oh, I'm
He has 2
forgetting
male ones.
So many. What?
Does he?
No.
Jaden.
Jaden and Willow are his only kids, from what I remember.
Oh, no. He does have an oldest son who has never gotten in the spotlight whatsoever.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Anyway,
No one knows that
I'm
because the
talking
only one
about
who isn't an
Pursuit
actor.
of Happiness.
Oh.
Oh?
Never watched
Do you not know that one?
No, I never watched that movie.
That's like the objectively highest quality film he's made.
He's seen Mulan, the live action
like it's
version, 12
an
times.
actual movie.
Nico, I've seen it once and I did not enjoy it.
And the other one I'm thinking of is Men in Black.
Yes, yeah. It's been so long since all the new Men in Black, or not all the new ones, the newest one that came out made me forget about Men in Black because it looked
Because it was
really
bad.
weird. Well, even the third one was bad. I watched the third one. It was bad. So
Right.
there was also Bad Boys. I forgot about that one with Martin Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forgot.
And Gemini Man.
Yep, Gemini Man and the live action Aladdin movie.
Right.
So let's see.
What was that Netflix show?
Iago?
Or was it a movie? No, it was a movie.
Right.
What was the Netflix movie with the orcs?
Bright.
What?
It's Bright.
Oh, okay.
I've said it
I forgot
multiple
that was the
times,
name.
Tanner.
It's such a forgettable title.
I said it as a joke earlier.
Oh, I see. Like I said, that's how unnoticeable it is.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. I liked it though.
I liked the premise. The premise was cool.
Yeah. The orcs are an allegory for black people, Tanner.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
that's
symbolism.
Like, it's bad. It's bad symbolism.
If it's symbolism, it
It's
can't
kind
be
of grimy.
bad.
That's like in Harry Potter when the goblins are working in a bank. Like, yeah, ooh, I don't know about this.
Ooh.
I was talking with someone on Discord about that, the whole, like, the changes being made to how race works in D&D. I'm like, if you look at an orc and say that's an allegory for black people, that's a knock against you, not the game.
That's you reading a little too far into things, okay?
Yeah. That's you reading at all. This is D&D, there shouldn't be any reading, only imagination.
What about the game master? Doesn't he need to read?
Exactly. Well, I was literally about to say, reading is for the DM only.
Yeah.
The only person who should have any actionable knowledge on the game is the DM.
Yeah. Dylan, did you ever play Dungeons & Dragons at all?
I never got the opportunity, but I always did want to play Dungeons and Dragons, which is unfortunate, but it's whatever.
Back in like middle school, I got invited to a Dungeons & Dragons birthday party, and my parents wouldn't let me go because they said it was satanic.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, if you guys want, I could get you into the Discord server with that I do D&D on. I got a really good DM.
Oh,
It'd
no.
be a fun time.
Oh, no.
No?
Do I really want to revive Fat Albert the Paladin? The White Mage himself?
Totally
Why
could.
is he a
Might have to
white mage?
rejigger it a little, but to fit in with these rules, but
What?
it'd be rejiggering that only makes it better.
Oh, okay. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. We're using, you know, some third-party stuff, and one of them is, like, class changes that some guy made to, like, balance them out better.
Gotcha.
I don't know if Cleric got anything, though, because Clerics, I think, are fairly well balanced in that they do their role well.
Now, do they manage